would 100% have. But again, like I mentioned, George Mason, let's take a look at him now. They are ready, locked in. They haven't been able to win a series quite yet, but this team is amped up, ready to go as well. I mean, I talked about Joshua Squasher, Titanium, their experience at the top level of Collegiate Rocket League. How about Devin as well? I mean, he had peaked 2,200, I believe, in twos. So, and that was a few seasons ago, sure. So it's been a while since they've been at that top level. And honestly, they did say coming in, we're going for the fun of it, right? We just want to make sure we compete here while we're still in college, able to do so, and perhaps get your hands on that $3,000 prize pool. So either win or lose, this team's going to be happy.
Yeah, and GMU did win last year as well, coming in to defend this title. Like you said, they are here having some fun here in day one. And that could be even more fun if they pick up a win here. We see now going through Michigan State here on your screens, looking ready to go, focused, stone-faced,
stone cold,
ready to pick up a win here and finish the group stage here 3-1.
You see that guy? He cooks. That guy 100% cooks. Hey, maybe him as well. I don't know. But it was really the I think it was the Knock It Rocket. You know what I'm saying? Knock was awesome. Rocket Man was setting up plays as well and being really dynamic on the offensive side. So I believe this Michigan State team as a unit can be very impactful. Like I mentioned, making this travel from all the way in Michigan. They're after this one. And it's the last series of the day today. Again, they want to make sure they get their high seeding for tomorrow. Michigan State facing off with George Mason. Coming at you right now, Ben.
Yeah, it's going to be a game for Knock to really show his prowess, right? He is the freshman on the squad, playing with, I believe, 2 seniors in Mar and Rocket Man. And really, he's been showing up, right? He's been a very positive addition to this Michigan State squad and looking to keep that momentum in their favor as they go into kickoff in favor of GMU.
Right off the bat, you see Knock with control. Titanium the challenge here. Kicked off with some open speed. A lot of open room here on the backside for Michigan State. In fact, Evan tried to dive in, but it was a little too late. And Joshua wanted to pressure the Bucks, but no intended target found. Instead, it'll work its way back out. Titanium ready for this one. Shot taken, but it will be fought off by the defense of Michigan State.
Yeah, GMU right now putting the pressure on Michigan State. Michigan State unable to find a positive clear in their favor. Again, Joshua Squasher putting the pressure on Michigan, getting these shots on goal. Michigan State on the back foot right now. No clear falling yet in their favor. Joshua Squasher again with a shot. Rocket Man with the save. And really, these shots are relentless right now from GMU.
It's smart, too, because you see the defense scrambling back from Michigan State. They're going to have to worry about boost control because they are double committing back. And look at this. Open chance. Knox somehow got back to it, though. And out of force, Michigan State in awkward spots, but George Mason having to kind of scoop it from their own end, too. So both teams getting out there playing aggressively. It'll be the first team that really takes advantage of that aggressive positioning that will strike first.
Yeah, a double demo there, Knock and Titanium down on both sides. A temporary 2v2 situation here. Michigan State trying to wrap it around that corner was Rocket Man, but unable to get the momentum as GMU was able to interrupt that passing pattern. Now Mark passing it off to Knock. Knock in the air, off the roof, saved by Joshua Squasher, keeping it at 0 apiece.
And when you have this skill level from the past that GMU has, you know, you can summon that at any point in time. Listen, I was never the best in Rocket League, but I did have a little bit of a run where I was solid. And sometimes that comes out. A lot of times, you know, it's a little bit not so much, I shall say. But right now, you know, they have their moments where they could pop off. Okay, now this is just going to float back where Knox waiting for it. Pushing directly back in for Michigan State. But GMU with the combined passing out of the zone. Now, of course, Rocket Man there from his own defense to try to clear out. But GMU trying to play this trap game now and keep it here at midfield. But Knox will get one through. And what did I say? You'll find them sleeping. Michigan State up 1-0 in game 1.
Yeah, Knock able to recognize that GMU is a little bit out of position here. Titanium unable to get back in time to meet that ball in the air. And really, GMU finding these aggressive plays comes back to bite them.
Yeah, it does. Have to be responsible as third man. That's all about decision making in that second place, in that third man place. But look at that flip reset from Rocket Man. He's showing up at this point. 2-0 Michigan State here in game 1.
Yeah, and that's Rocket Man just really being a mechanical genius, right? Like, come on, that is hard to do, the flip reset coming through in the middle of that play. And you can see Michigan State, they play good as a team, but individually they are a very powerful and positive team in their own right.
Summoning that inner fire, that inner mechanic that we know that they're capable of having here. Titanium going to try to settle it down for GMU. Watch this Michigan State lead kind of creep up on them. It never really seemed like it was going to be the case with how defensive-minded some of them fell into in that second minute. GMU up for this chance. Devon's got it glued to his car. Had a double touch, but it kind of went off that back wall, and Rocketman will carry it out to midfield. And they'll try to work it from here. Devon with the back pass, a dangerous one too. Titanium just kind of had to dig that one out. That looked scary.
Yeah, GMU trying to maintain possession of this ball, trying to keep it away from Michigan State so far. Rocketman trying to get an aerial shot there on goal, but Titanium is in position. Devon now finding this clear over to Titanium off the wall, trying to set him up, but Devon out of boost means there can't be any follow-up off of that play. Now possession swinging over to Michigan State in this left corner here, trying to get this cross set up. Mar possibly in position, is going to be Nock instead, passing it back over to Rocketman. Crosses back and forth, Mar taking a shot, but Joshua Squasher is in position to counteract the play, and now a clear coming through on the side of GMU.
And the coordination that we see from Michigan State is something that you pointed out in the last series when we saw them against South Carolina. The way that they're able to connect point A to point B to point C from their defensive end is so impressive, and that doesn't happen unless your communication is on point, unless you have that chemistry that you're comfortable in play after play, and that's exactly why we've seen this 1-0 lead, but now it's just a 1-goal lead as Titanium able to get one back with the minute left.
Yeah, and you can see the demo here coming through onto Nock. Nock getting that power slide down, but with the demo, sets up Titanium with an open corner, is able to find it, bring it in within one with a minute to go here in game number 1.
They've got this right in the reach, but we've said that so many times today. It might be getting old for GMU. They want to make sure it's not just in reach, that they can take grasp of it, find a win in at least one of these series. They are 0 for 4 right now in games played. Doesn't feel good. If they can get one, they can start rolling. And right now, Devon was looking for that pass, but Titanium, he had to peel off of it. Didn't have the boost necessary. And then Nock was trying to pressure in as well, but Michigan State keeping them on their heels, keeping them boostless as well. Rocketman causing all sorts of chaos there, looking for bumps. And now they'll continue on. It was Nock again, but Rocketman not able to get to this one. GMU in transition. Look out, Joshua the Pop. But a great recovery save yet again from Mar on the Michigan State side.
15 seconds left now in game number 1. GMU needs to try to find this clear back in their favor. Joshua Squasher will be able to do so. 10 seconds now trying to find this cross over to Devon. They're unable to capitalize. However, 1 second left still in the air. Joshua Squasher denied by Michigan State, but it's still up. Nock gonna spike it down into the ground. That is gonna be a 2-1 victory in game number 1 for Michigan State.
Hard-fought win from Michigan State. You can tell that GMU is here for the fun of it just by the way they were able to keep that up in the first place. Listen, it was kind of scary for Michigan State. They're even kind of chuckling about it right now. We almost let that get away from us, boys. We got to get back out and make a statement piece. But, I mean, that's credit to George Mason and what they're able to accomplish in the comeback effort there. But, of course, they fell a little bit short. And you see the stone-cold faces yet again come through. I mean, let's be honest. I was part of George Mason. I would be absolutely terrified. I'd be shaking in my boots when you see that face right there.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan State locked in right now, able to get some interrupts, and 2-1 scoreline here.
Is that camera frozen?
Close. It might be. Oh, it's not. He was just moved. Yeah, I mean, that just shows you the concentration and the focus that this Michigan State squad has right now.
Locked in, loaded for sure. So they hold off the just red-hot George Mason side at the end. Still looking for that first win, by the way, but it just hasn't quite manifested yet. But, there he goes.
I love it.
He's fooling you, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. You almost would think it was a frozen screen.
Well, the defense of Michigan State was stone cold as well. It was tough to get around it. George Mason will try to fight past it. Again, George Mason at this point just kind of playing spoilers. You know, Michigan State's at this 2-1 mark already. They could potentially push them down to 2-2 by advancing to 1-3. It doesn't do a whole lot for George Mason, but when you're here just to have a little fun, maybe that's all they're after at the end of the day, is the play spoilers.
Yeah, and that's something that you kind of have when you're a team that's here to have fun, doesn't really have much to lose, right?
Yep.
You're able to play that aggressive style, and if it works and catches the opponent off guard, that's awesome. But if it doesn't, you're not really beating yourself up about it, right? You're able to play it off. You're like, okay, 0-4, we still go to bracket stage here later on in day number 2 here. But Michigan State is trying to keep this momentum, keep this high level of play going, and come up with a very good group stage for the squad.
GMU off the kickoff, trying to establish some of that pressure. And by the way, here's why I believe in GMU. If they don't perform today, maybe jumping up in day 2 to catch us by surprise, is because the last 2 lands, they have been 4th place. 4th place on Collision on the Coast recently, 4th place at their own land, Gabe Mason. So it would only be fitting if they're 4th place here. But right now, Michigan State is on the board first yet again, a 1-0 lead in game 2.
Yeah, that's Nock again setting up the pass there for Mar, able to aerial dribble that in front of the net there and just kind of sit it there waiting for Mar to commit, and does so. Great team play there coming from Nock and Mar, able to set up an early goal for Michigan State.
Now kickoff play drawn up. Look how much room Nock has. A good fake to pull it back down as well. That was wise, but now it's just going to be chipped into the zone by GMU. Devin almost had it. You heard him chirping as well over here. He was that close to being able to get that redirect, and it was just off the mark. Michigan State now in transition themselves. Rocketman trying to jump one on Devin, but he is not having it. Angry after that last redirect that couldn't find the mark.
Yeah, GMU still in good possession of this ball here. Rocketman now finding the clear on the side of Michigan State, but answered again by GMU. A game of ping pong happening right now. Nock possibly able to find the goal, unable to do so. Titanium able to stuff him at the line. And now GMU could counterattack here, but Mar is able to catch that ball at midfield, setting up the clear back in their favor. Devin trying to change that up, but Titanium now retreating for boost. The ball now falling back over onto GMU's side.
Mar's trying to carry it as well and find, it looks like Nock on that far side, and don't call him Nock, call him Rock. He's rock hard right now trying to, I mean, that was like dunk after fake there. He has been on a mission, as that one's just gonna loosely roll back. And look, he doesn't even have to do anything. They're doing it for him. You've got a 2-0 lead now.
Yeah, I mean, Nock just winning that 50-50, bumping that off of the side of Joshua Squash's car there at 2-0 lead now for Michigan State. This is what we expected to see from them. They're playing very well as a team, but winning those 50-50s against GMU is really paying dividends for them right now.
Yeah, whether you shoot it or not, you know, it really does get in their heads a little bit, which, by the way, George Mason said, 0 pressure. There's no pressure here at Boost on the Beach. And maybe they don't feel the pressure, but right now they haven't had the best of luck when it comes to games played, and they have 3 minutes. Otherwise, well, it might be another loss here to Michigan State. Osher's trying to find a teammate there. Has got one. Titanium with a couple of touches right back at you. What a setup. There you go, tic-tac-toe, and GMU back within 1.
Yeah, Joshua Squasher getting a beautiful setup there past the Titanium, and the Titanium again flipping that back over to that bottom left corner of the net. I mean, that's just a 2v3 play that just kind of came out of nowhere, right? Titanium being able to set that up back over to the middle of that net there, and Joshua Squash, the communication, recognizing that that play is open, able to bring this game back within 1.
I had to catch myself there. I almost said, look, there's a goal by Nova, because that's exactly what they did back in the day. And I was like, Josher to Titanium. Yeah. That makes sense. But look at this loose play again. Michigan State says, thank you very much. 3-1 lead here in game 2.
Yeah, and this is the thing with playing aggressive, right? You see Devin there trying to come up and contest Mar, but instead decides not to go for the 50-50 and try to get back. And really, Michigan State recognizes that, and they're able to get that ball down the pitch a little bit faster than GMU can drive, and the cushion now is back for GMU 3-1.
Getting that 2-goal lead back and feeling pretty confident about it. Titanium gonna launch it, yet another redirect opportunity. Titanium, no hesitation, and they pull that lead or deficit back to 1. With just a play from Titanium to set them up in the first place. Force the hands of Nock, and it worked very well.
Yeah, Titanium able to find that clear pretty much almost on goal there, right off of that crossbar, able to then follow up on his own shot there. That was just Titanium making a good play, bringing this back within 1 for GMU. Rocketman now trying to find Mar here, but Devin will find it instead, intercepting the pass that Michigan State was looking for. Nock now with about half their boost available, trying to find something off of the ground, a pinch possibly, but unable to do so. Ball now sitting around midfield. Not a whole lot happening, but with 2 minutes left, still a lot of time for a lot of scoring.
Yeah, and they're holding this midfield pretty strongly. That hasn't happened all series long. In fact, Devin, through miscommunication there, not able to launch a shot because both of them thought they were having it. Communication just fell off there, and nobody went for it. Now Michigan State and Mar just looking at an open net. You're going to hit that 9 times out of 10. Michigan State now regains that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you can see the aggression again by GMU. Mard is able to find the window there to dribble that ball down that right side of the pitch there. 4-2 now for Michigan State, but we've seen a 2-score lead already in this game, and GMU answered back quickly with a titanium goal here, possibly looking to do the same thing. Knock passing it over to Mar in front of the goal there. Knock now trying to make something happen on his own off of that corner, but unable to do so just yet.
Knock up the demo, though. That'll free it up for Michigan State to try and carry out. That's until they run into Titanium, who's now going to turn on it and push forward in the corner. Got an angle. It's above net. Nobody's attacking it, and Devin was that close, but now they fully committed. And that should be wide open, but Titanium does make a save, and at least with a minute 10 left on the clock here, they're within arm's reach. In fact, another play down the pitch. That one will waterfall down, but by the time they try to punch it in, yet another defensive sequence, another bump attempt. GMU is trying everything, and Michigan State shutting all of it down.
Yeah, Michigan State defense right now playing lights out. GMU needs to try to find a clear and an offensive counterattack of their own in the last 45 seconds here of game number 2 to try to force a game 3 in this series. But Knock now 70 boost to their name, trying to make something happen off of the ceiling. Might be able to do so. The flip won't be able to connect with the goal. Titanium there able to get the save for GMU. 30 seconds now remaining on the clock.
And now they need the push, but Rocket Man is forcing it the other way. Michigan State trying to get fancy, trying to clip right now, and GMU's trying to take advantage of that as it's to the Bucks again. Gosher not able to beat their man. Now time ticks down, just about 10 seconds left. They need a goal now and maybe a kickoff play. That's just going to be desperation at this point. A long shot for sure, as Knock will kill even more time. To the corner it goes. Michigan State wins another one. They'll go up 3-1 in the standings here with another victory here in the best of 3 against George Mason. Another strong performance for MSU.
Yeah, Michigan State looking like a complete team right now in day 1 groups. Really just positive performance from all members on the side of Michigan State. And you can also see on the side of GMU, they looked like they had some good moments, right? But they weren't able to keep that up and keep that consistent to really push Michigan State to their limit.
Again, like I said, I mean, this George Mason team, shout out for what they were able to do in seasons past. But you can only summon that so many times sometimes when you're not putting in exactly the same effort that you have over the past years. But you love to see those little sneak peeks of it, right? And for George Mason, you're still out here having a good time, hanging out at the Hangout in Myrtle Beach, by the way. It's been an awesome time. And by the way, there's a band playing outside for all of you around here. So yeah, it's been a great afternoon as a whole, Ben. It's been a pleasure, no doubt.